My name is Francine Cunningham and I am a writer, visual artist, and educator. I am Korean Métis, originally from Calgary, Alberta, but currently living in Vancouver, BC. I travel across Canada, working with different Indigenous youth on writing, zine making, podcasting, web series writing, sort of everything. Today, we are going to be embarking on a tutorial on how to write a poem. We're also going to be making a visual art piece to accompany our poems. Hang on tight, grab your supplies, and let's get started. The first thing you need, sketchbook, do some writing, or notebook, whatever you want. I like writing on blank pieces of paper, so this is ideal for me. Pencil or pen. I prefer mechanical pencils, but that is just me. This is like the supplies for the basic writing. All right, so for today, we are going to be reacting to the song Spirit on the Wind Carriers album put out by N'we Jinan. We are going to be using this song as our inspiration. We are going to be doing that by creating a mind map as we watch the song that we're going to fill in, and this is like different type of ideas, words, images, phrases that sort of come to us while we're watching. This is going to help us focus on what point of view we want our poem to come from. Let's start our tutorial. So this refrain, they said over and over and over again, I will survive, I will survive, I will survive. So I definitely want to bring this into my poem because I feel like it's one of the central messages. So this is sort of like starting my mind map. So when I go into what this means for me, so loss and grief and how they hit together. The reason why I picked the bridge was because it was just something that I really loved. Image, so these are really good images. So when I'm thinking about when I want to create my visual piece to go with this poem, these are maybe some images that I want to bring out and put into that piece. But what I think I really want to write about is this idea of loss and grief and the idea of I will survive. So everything that we pull out onto our mind map, we don't have to use. So that's something really important also. When I think of mountains, I think of snow, I think of cedar trees. So it's always good to sort of decide what POV you're writing from. You've got first person, which is like I went to the store. You got second person, which is you went to the store, or you can use it to talk directly to the reader. Or you have third person, which is he, she, or they. He went to the store, she went to the store, they went to the store. So when you're thinking about your poem, you kind of want to decide what kind of point of view you want to write from. And because I'm going to be using this sort of as my basis point, it's an I, so that means it is a first person point of view. I have my mind map, and now I'm sort of going to start just pulling out these images that I was talking about and sort of putting them into a poem form. Grounded with roots stretching into the spirit world. A really important thing to do when you're composing a poem, when you're writing it, is to continually be reading it out loud as you're going. This is going to help you understand what it sounds like. It sounds pretty good to me. I like the flow, I like the rhythm, so now I know I can keep going. This is my finished poem, I Will Survive. You can see that that came from the brain map there. And we have floral beadwork, which came from this part of the map. What does it mean to be a strong matriarch? That we can see under mountains as we come down. So we have matriarch. And with matriarch, one who is like a cedar grounded with roots stretching into the spirit world. Again, the title of the song, Spirit. It means surviving even when faced with loss, even with grief surrounds me. It means running ahead, being a bridge of hope to those who need it. So I really felt like that was the spirit of that song that we're sort of reacting to. You have seen how we look at a source, we create a mind map to give our ideas, and then we translate that into the written word. So what I want from you now is I would like you guys to either write the next stanza of this poem so we can have a sort of collab situation, or I want you to write your own based on your own mind map. So this has been your tutorial with Francine Cunningham, and I hope to see all of your poems. Tag me on my Instagram at Francine Cunningham, and I would love to see them. I'm very much looking forward to it. And I am for sure not doing extra content after this as a bonus activity for all of those people who would like to create some visual art. For sure not. So, just click away. Click away. I didn't mean it. Don't click away. Okay. Let's make a piece of art based on our poems, shall we? A T-square ruler. Micron ink markers. These are really great because they are archival ink, which means that they don't fade and they will last for a really long time. You could use markers if you want. If you want to go like full out with your visual art piece to go along with your poetry, may I suggest using watercolors. But if you are painting, you're going to want some brushes. You're also going to need some painter's tape. I like to tape down my drawings. What else? You're going to want some paper towels, because when you're doing watercolor, you're going to want to be able to blot off your brushes. Something to put water in. I just use this old thing that I found in my house, and this is what I use for watercolor painting. As a base, I like to paint on boards. So with the tape, I like to tape down a piece of paper. And when you're watercolor painting, especially, if you tape down your watercolor, it won't like do that weird bubbling thing or curl at the edges, which can be very annoying because it's all taped down and flat. If you're gonna do maybe like a pen drawing, for example, this is a really great paper I like. We have watercolor paper. Another option would be a piece of wood. So really you can just use what you have, and it's all good. And my watercolor paper, I'm gonna tape it down onto my board like that. That's magic. I got a pencil. I'm gonna get to sketching. I think I'm gonna do the beadwork, and I think that's just what I'm gonna, that's what I'm feeling like today. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna work on a floral pattern, and see how in the poem I focused a lot on the floral beadwork and the cedar trees. Those were sort of the two images that popped out to me the most. So congratulations, you finished your piece of art. And now if you've left room, you can either write your poem in, or you can take a photo of it and then use a digital like app on your phone to sort of put the words in. You can post it on Instagram, and I would love to see it. You can tag me at Francine Cunningham, and it'll be amazing. I look forward to seeing you, meeting you in person one day. If you've already worked with me in one of my classrooms, I very much look forward to meeting up with you again and reconnecting. And until then, I'm gonna have to say goodbye.